right.
All right, I am in East Bremerton, and this intersection here is Highway 303. I don't know, it doesn't feel like a highway to me because there's just lots of stuff along this highway. The other thing is it's a street name called Wheaton, Waga, or Warren Way, depending on where you're at on the highway. And this connects you to downtown Bremerton, and it also connects you to Silverdale. So it gets you from Highway 3, like a real, you know, highway type highway, to from Highway 3 to downtown Bremerton. It'd be kind of a long way. It'd be like, okay, we need to do some errands while we're here. So we've got, you know, grocery stores, some restaurants, but probably a lot of what I would call destination retail. Like you're not going to go shopping at the mall kind of retail, but I need to go to Lowe's and get something. So that would be like a destination retail. And because of that, I would say this sometimes is the slowest way to go. But let's pretend you were wanting to get from this particular house to, say, Paulsbo to Bangor to the subbase or to Keyport. This would be your route. And there are streets on either side of this main thoroughfare. So if you kind of want to work around the lights, certainly there are ways to do that. I would say this is a little grittier. It's not urban. It's certainly more suburban, you know, like suburbs, but it's going to have a little grittier feel than, say, Silverdale does. So Fred Meyer's a big all-purpose type shopping place, similar to like a super Walmart or super Target.
In half of a mile, left turn onto
So you'd be very, very close to this. There's a new shopping center coming in up ahead. It's actually an old shopping center that was converted. Or being converted, overhauled maybe, and that's up here where we see Floor and Decor, Wilco. There's a new Chipotle. I can't remember what this little restaurant's going to be. Shari's is kind of like a local, like a Denny's type thing. Planet Fitness, grocery outlet, bargain market. So all of this is along here. So again, I would consider most of this to be destination retail, like you're going there for a purpose, as opposed to a mall type shopping where you're just going shopping. And this is just minutes from. All right, we've just turned off Highway 303, and we're again just minutes from the house. And we're heading into kind of the residential area.
And then left turn.
I would consider most of this to be conforming. So, you know, I would say this area of Bremerton, of course, you're going to have, you know, light industrial and the shops we saw on 303. But once you get off of 303,
your destination is ahead on the right.
Going to once you get off 303, you're going to be right into the neighborhood. So I'm trying to figure out what the agent said. He said that we don't enter the house from
your destination. The route guidance is now finished.
That street. I'm just going to drive around just so you can kind of see the neighborhood. So she said enter from Almira. So I'm going to go up to the top. Almira is up here, but you know, you get an idea of the houses. I would say, you know, a mix of, you know, some in really good shape, some probably lived in by the same people for the same amount of time as the age of the house. Not uncommon. I believe that I've told you before, but if I didn't, I'll say it now or say it again. Always, I don't care where we are looking, please, you want to check crime database, check your sex offender website, and so on. Okay, here we go. So the house address is Worral, but the house location is off of Elmira. So we're gonna pull into the driveway. They're having an open house right now, so it's gonna be interesting walking around, but it's gonna be what we're doing. All right, so we have a fairly good size front yard on both sides of the driveway. It is a single car garage. We'll see how that translates when we get in the house. Based on the shingle on the roof, it looks like a newer roof to me. Looks like we have, you know, decently fresh paint and definitely updated windows. Just gonna go with a little garden shed type thing there. I don't see that the gate opens here, so we'll just check that out. Elmira is, I'm not going to call it a busy road. You can see the speed limit's 25, but definitely people use Elmira, and you know, to get from place to place. I'd mentioned, like, if you want to get off of the main road, off of 303, to avoid some of the lights, this would be one of the workaround streets that we have. This yard slopes towards the house, and we have, looks like milled plywood there, and then the siding over here looks like wood product siding. The paint looks in decent shape, but wood product generally tends to need a little bit more attention to it. It has a higher failure rate because it's essentially compressed wood encapsulated in paint. So we want to be really careful with things like holes here. We want to keep those caulked and painted where we have, yeah, there's a hole there, but also a nail head really sunk in. We just every year want to check on this stuff and make sure it stays caulked. Otherwise, this is where water can penetrate, and it can ruin the siding. Now, what's nice about it is if a panel fails, we don't have to reside the whole house. We just take that panel off and replace it. And so far, I'm not seeing any big concerns. So I don't see any swelling or anything like that. So I don't think there's anything to be concerned with. The paint looks good, but when I see those holes, you know, I'm thinking, well, maybe it's been a while since they painted the whole place. Maybe they've just done a little bit of touch-up painting. So again, I talked about the roof. From a distance, it looks very fresh. I do see metal flashing here. That's great. The shingle on the edges don't look curly or anything of that nature. Gutter here. Looks like they have a mini split or a split or ductless heat pump. That's what this line would be indicating to me. I'll look at that more closely when we get in the house. We are on a crawl space. It looks like a pretty low crawl space. I can't really see into the vent there. There's no gate on this side, but that would be easy to add. So again, just probably a garden or woodshed. Yeah, woodshed. So there's probably a wood stove in the house. Nice rhododendron. Here's the unit for that mini split I was talking about. So that would provide you heat and cooling. Looks like gas was brought into the neighborhood at a later date. So when I see a gas line, you know, not plumbed directly into the house, it's going through this vent. That just tells me that it didn't originally have gas, and then gas came to the neighborhood. And it's interesting, we have the house number here, and remember the street is Worral, and so the front door may have been on this side of the house at one point. This looks like a gate in this way. There's a door there, so it'll be interesting when we get inside to see what all this means. Gutters are not going into underground, and so that's how we would do it today. Today we would take the gutters with the drain coming off. It would go underground and away from the house, and so we don't want rainwater washing out right at your foundation. So in the summer, this is fine. We don't get that much rain. In the winter, I would put an extension on that and just run it into the plantings over here. again, very interesting thing going on up here. There's a little roof line on that. There's some windows. There's a, you know, gutter with a drain coming down for just a very small section. So I'll be interested to see what that's all about. Okay, guys, I mentioned they're having an open house, so I'm going to try to be as respectful as possible. So we're going to come into the house. There is like this kind of covered porch area, which is nice. We come in onto a real tile. The closets, I know you've seen the photo, so probably wondering, it's just a nice big entry closet. There's hardwoods here, which tells me there's probably some hardwoods elsewhere. There is light popcorn ceiling, little linen closet. Again, you can see these hardwoods. These are real hardwoods. These are likely oak, and this is just a walnut stain on it. There's that ductless heat pump that I was talking about, so that's going to provide you with heating and cooling, which is nice. And I'll ask, but there's baseboard heating here. So my guess is that that's a secondary source. Probably they used it more for cooling than heating. Maybe these are still hooked up, but it's nice to have a few options. And then there's the fireplace that we talked about. This could probably use some touching up here. This is just cantilevered, it's not going anywhere, but I'd put a little caulk in that probably. So real wood burning, you saw all the wood out there. The brick looks in good shape. It looks like a true brick fireplace rather than just a brick tile. That looks like you would be controlling outside sprinklers. So it's unusual to see this inside a living room. But I will certainly ask about that. I may be misunderstanding what I'm seeing.
Sprinkler system.
It is a sprinkler system. Yeah. So was this a garage at one point? Or?
No.
Okay.
I don't know why they wanted that.
Okay. So primary living area, this zone right over here would be, in my opinion, where we would put a dining room. And then the addition we saw from the exterior here. So probably the original roof line went to this, where this post is, and that's what we're seeing, this overhang, probably an original roof line. So that's that back door. So does this just become a family room? So this was likely, again, outdoor, a patio type space. So that's the clean out for this, which was probably a grill or a pizza oven or something like that. And so remember, we saw that roof line and these windows. Old hot tub, and then just a very small backyard. So you have a lot of yard in the front of the house. Pass through to the kitchen. Big laundry room. The shelves here. And so into the garage. And it is really truly just a single car garage. And I don't know, it's pretty long. And there's obviously a really cool workbench area here. So don't know what the wet is from. I'm assuming somebody had a vehicle in here with maybe some snow melting off of it. Scuttle access there. Transformer, doorbell transformer. Okay, they removed that, so the doorbell's gone. I don't know what a home inspector would say about this. Me personally, I'd probably go ahead and put some new drywall on that. I don't see anything concerning about the panel. So they did some updating in 22. That might have been for the heat pump. There's no garage door opener per se, but there is power in the ceiling, so I think that's something that you could easily add. The floor, so this is slab. It looks in good shape. I don't see any unusual cracks. Again, I think there's just been some additions on this house over the years. So this is probably the water main shut off. Then we go into water heater in here. Yeah, water heater. And that's natural gas. And then a true Superman shower. This is a fiberglass insert. So this bathroom might need a little overhaul, in my opinion. And then this is adjoining a little bedroom. Somebody scraped the popcorn at some point and just retextured it. It's an unusual texture here. Based on what I see in this room, I would say they used this as a workout space. This is likely the hatch to get into the crawl space. And just gonna reorient us. So we came in here. That's the front door. So here's that kitchen you saw in the photos. Lots of pantry space. I mean, lots and lots of storage, so that's nice. Certainly it's an updated kitchen. So I'm gonna go with, Lowe's-esque cabinets. Look in good shape. Really beautiful cooktop. Samsung, natural gas, microwave. Looks like it does vent out, so that's good. Fancy oven, fancy dishwasher. This is quartz. This is a composite material. Again, probably a cabinet. An old cabinet was here at one point, so maybe a little texturing on the wall there, or gosh, you could just put a mirror. Might be nice to actually put mirror here because there's decent natural light, but that could really reflect the light. Okay, so we're gonna go through the living room and to the other side of the front door. Came in there, that's the kitchen. Back to the hardwood floors. A full bath here. I'm gonna call this kind of a Lowe's cabinet. Nice mirror, nice lighting. Tub shower combo. This is all new, so newer tub. Tile all around, looks in good shape. Bedroom, kind of a skinny bedroom. So this to me is the only real headboard wall. So we'd have a headboard here. I think you're gonna be limited to a queen and then a dresser there. Lots of closet storage. So tons of closet storage, so that's good. That's the other head for your air conditioning, heating. Another closet. Now this is the bigger bedroom for sure. So, this could fit a king easily. So king headboard there, triple dresser, lots of closet space. There's no doubt this home has tons of storage. And then this is kind of an itty bitty bedroom. I know you don't need tons of bedrooms, but this would definitely be smaller. I think a full-size bed at the most, but in my opinion, maybe we had a twin bed or a day bed right there, and then a small piece of furniture here. Very limited otherwise. All right, that is that.